Shen was a T-Rex that the auction house Christie's announced in 2022, and it was going to be the first T-Rex ever to go on sale in Asia. This was poised to be a major sale. Shen's auction never went forward. About 10 days before the scheduled auction date, Christie's pulled the sale. Dinosaur bones have absolutely become an asset class in recent years. This wasn't always the case. About 20 or so years ago, dinosaur bones were more of a novelty. Recently, they've taken on a whole new kind of cachet in the investing world. They've basically become a collectible. Auction houses are interested, collectors are interested, brokers have emerged. But this market of dinosaur fossils really is a wild west of a market. There's no oversight body that's really overseeing what's real versus what's not. Interestingly, the dinosaur bones you're likely to come in contact with at museums are sometimes partly, sometimes mostly fake. On average, 30 to 60% of that dinosaur specimen is real, meaning real fossilized bones, and the rest are made up of cast parts or sculpted replica or some other kind of what we would call fake bone. In a museum, that kind of reconstruction can be expected, but in a multi-million-dollar auction, the amount of original fossil bone can affect how a specimen is valued. Christie's is auctioning T-Rex bones as a way to diversify their business. They're looking to reach new audiences and collectors and buyers who might not really have an interest in fine art or contemporary sculptures, but can't deny the appeal of a T-Rex specimen. The T-Rex market hit a new record in 2026 when an unknown buyer paid $50.1 million for a T-Rex named Gus. Before that, a T-Rex named Stan sold for $31.8 million at auction in 2020. There are fewer than 50 known T-Rex specimens in the world, so the sudden appearance of Shen, out of the blue seeming, was a little fishy to a lot of people in the paleontology community, which is small. People know each other, they know the specimens, they know what's coming to market. So this raised some eyebrows, including Pascal Godefroy, who is a paleontologist in Brussels with a more than 30-year career and is an expert in the Cretaceous period. He found this unusual that Shen was suddenly up for sale with a very high completion ratio. This roughly more than 0.5% complete T-Rex suddenly coming to market just raised some questions for him. Another person who was paying attention to the Christie's auction of Shen was Peter Larson. Peter Larson is a commercial paleontologist, and he's sort of a famous figure in the paleontology world. He is a T-Rex expert, and he actually led the team that excavated Stan. Larson is a controversial figure. In the 1990s, he served 18 months in federal prison for customs violations related to a fossil discovery. Now, when he saw the announcement, he just instantly felt this jolt of recognition. He knew Shen, or at least he knew Shen's skull. When he discovered Stan, he made cast copies of all of Stan's bones. And that's a big part of his business, is selling these cast copies. He can sell them to museums, can sell them to private collectors. Basically, he sells these bones so that somebody can have a copy of Stan that's a bone-by-bone reconstruction without actually having the real bones of Stan. Ultimately, Christie's did pull Shen from auction. In a statement, Christie said that when questions are raised about a lot that it cannot answer in a timely fashion, the auction house withdraws the lot for further research. Today, fossils fall under import-export laws, so they're subject to that just like antiquities are. There's not a lot of regulation or rules or accepted definitions of what's appropriate and what's not when it comes to assembling dinosaur specimens. You need experts like preparators to put them together, but there's no formal schooling or official accreditation when it comes to constructing dinosaur specimens or conveying what they are. So the industry as a whole is trying to sort of feel their way through the ethics of this. The fossil market is here, whether we like it or not. And now it's up to the collectors and the scientists to work towards the goal of protecting these fossilized remains, humanity's prehistoric heirlooms.